Thank you, Dr. Hansen. The chair now recognizes Mr. Hans Cole.
Chairman Holland, Ranking Member Young, thank you for the opportunity to testify today. My name is Hans Cole, and I'm the Director of Campaigns and Advocacy for Patagonia. At Patagonia, we're in business to save the home planet. On behalf of our 3,000 employees and their families and communities across America and around the world, I commend the committee for tackling this issue, and I strongly urge you to take bold action to address our planet's climate crisis before it's too late. The science reflects what we're seeing with our own eyes, and the voices of the American people and responsible businesses on the topic are clear. If we fail to change course, global temperatures will continue to rise, and environmental emergencies, wildfires, deadly heat waves, hurricanes, flooding, growing food shortages will grow worse. At Patagonia, we believe that clean renewable energy, regenerative organic farming, and public land and water protection should play critical roles in addressing the climate crisis. My testimony today will focus on our public lands. America's public lands are one of our greatest collective assets, but they are also the source of substantial greenhouse gas emissions. Almost a quarter of all greenhouse gas emissions in the U.S. come from fossil fuels extracted from public lands or offshore waters. This will get much worse as the Trump administration continues its assault on land and water protections, despite outcries from outdoor enthusiasts and companies of all political stripes, who together represent a nearly $900 billion industry. We oppose the administration's proposed offshore leasing and drilling that would make more than 90% of U.S. waters available to oil and gas companies. We oppose an attack on Alaska's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge that would open one of our planet's last truly wild places for drilling. And we oppose the slashing in size of Utah's Bears Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante National Monuments and any reduction in size of other monuments as well. The administration's actions not only rob Native people and all Americans of their natural and cultural heritage, threaten communities that depend on the outdoor economy, poison our water and air, and damage vulnerable species, they also make the climate crisis worse. Opening up public lands to more extraction will increase emissions and destroy ecosystems that help mitigate climate change by storing carbon. Instead, Congress should impose a moratorium on oil and gas drilling in federal waters and bar drilling in Alaska's remaining wild places. We urge you to restore Bears Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante National Monuments and support measures like Representative Holland, yours and Senator Udall's bill to make it clear that no president has the authority to undermine the protection of America's national monuments. Congress should also permanently reauthorize and fully fund the Land and Water Conservation Fund, which has used a small percentage of revenues from existing offshore drilling leases to protect 5 million acres of public parks, wildlife habitats, and recreation areas. Instead of further slicing up our landscapes and waterways, we should build wildlife overpasses and underpasses, invest in communities eager to remove unsafe and damaging dams, and strengthen large-scale wildlife corridors for migratory species. These are all bipartisan solutions that address climate issues and appeal to outdoor enthusiasts and businesses in every single state. Patagonia supports proposals to transition to 100% clean, renewable energy by 2050. We need to focus on the cleanest available technology, including wind, solar, and geothermal, and not rely on the false promise of outdated technologies like hydroelectric dams and nuclear power that have catastrophic consequences for our public lands and waters by producing toxic waste and driving species to extinction. If Congress takes bold action to address this crisis, it will challenge the private sector to step up as well, and Patagonia will continue to do our part. We are reinvesting $10 million from the 2017 irresponsible corporate tax cuts to groups working to solve the causes of the climate crisis. And Patagonia is committed to becoming carbon neutral across our entire business, including across our supply chain, by 2025. Please make 2019 the year that the U.S. finally takes decisive action to fight the climate crisis. Please reclaim our public lands and waters from the polluters and give them back to the people. Thank you, and I look forward to any questions you may have for me.
Thank you, Mr. Cole.